right, Sam. Gracie's Corner, man. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen in the audience. I mean, it's just when I tell you she's a real hit maker, like she, I don't know. I mean, her work is like Beyonce level almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just amazing. It's amazing music, man. I can't lie to you. Let's see. Just the repeat. We're in the building. In the building. We're gonna start the stream soon, ladies and gentlemen. But please make sure to share the tweet. We are going to. Oh, whoa! Hold on! Hold on! Hold on! Hold on! That's not our background. That's not Stone Cold's music. Let's see. Damn. There we go. Hold on. All right. Yeah, you never want to be that close to Sam, and Sam
Ain't
doesn't
nobody
want.
wanted to see that close.
Nobody wants to be that close to you.
Nobody needed to see that.
No, 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 not at all, not at all, not at all. All right. Please make sure to join us on YouTube so we can see your comments. Please make sure to share the video. Sam is in the building. I am in the building. Sosa is going to be joining shortly. Yeah, we're going to start in a second. We're going to go over, obviously, I'm going to be called to the carpet, Sam. I understand that. All right. It's the facts of life. I'm a man. I'm not 40, but I'm almost 30. So I have to be accountable and atonable for my sins. I did say we're going to whoop the shit out of Ole Miss. And then Trinidad happened. So I have nothing to say other than that. I mean, if you watch that game, let me get your thoughts first, Sam, because you from an objective point of view, what was going through your head when you saw him just run, back from Opelousas back to, Tupelo, back to New Orleans, and then,
Yeah, dude. As soon as you said that, that play popped in my head, and I don't know if I had this thought in the moment, but like thinking back on that play now, like where he's running back almost to the goal line, and he gets the first down somehow. Like he only threw it like 5 yards. Like to do all that running to throw it 5 yards, it feels so stupid. But yeah, man, I don't know if I can say that I was objective in this game. I really like Ole Miss has really risen up the list for me. So it is not objective in any way, shape, or form. Glad you joined us, Sosa. Good to have you, sir. Sorry, but yeah, I was not objective. I hated watching that. I was thoroughly enjoying the first half where y'all were putting belt to ass, and yeah, just all went downhill in the second half. Y'all can't close. I can't believe like you didn't do that like shtick for the Alabama game where you're talking about whooping ass, and you come out here and do it for the Ole Miss game only to get embarrassed.
I have nothing to say, bro. I have no response to it. I mean, this is what changed the game. Now, I had a couple of people arguing with me that, oh man, Ole Miss's defense gave up 34 points. Like, what do coaches talk about in college football consistently? They talk about the middle eight. And when you look at the middle eight of that game, we were getting 5 yards a clip at the beginning of the game, like we were at the first matchup. But in the middle eight, they broke tendencies. I don't know. They watched the Georgia Tech tape where I said that they were pretty much guessing. And when you do the guess play on Madden, they did that shit multiple times on us and just stopped the play. We couldn't run between the guards and the tackles at all. Now, is that because we had a backup center in the game? I don't know. I'm not going to use that excuse, but they played well in the interior. And I'll be honest with you. He's my guy. Gonna wanna. I love him forever, but he missed a lot of open guys on that tape, man. It just is what it is. Zachariah Brent should have had 150 yards passing, receiving that game. And
I've got a real question. Like this honestly feels like it's kind of like that moment that Nick Saban had like 2014-ish before Lane came in and kind of revolutionized their offense.
mm-hmm.
This feels like a moment where Kirby's he's gotta adapt. Like this regular seasons are going fine, but like it's not working in the playoffs. I understand last year, like that makes sense. Like Carson goes out, you have a guy starting in his first game, comes out shaky, slow. That makes sense. But you all just put absolute ass whooping on Alabama in the SEC championship game. Couldn't be higher. And then you sit for a little bit. Like I understand teams come out slow, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't like be able to finish a game like that where you thoroughly in control. Like he needs to revolutionize. I feel like you cannot come back and try to do this same shit offensively next year.
I agree with you. However, my only counterpoint to that is his offensive coordinator was his quarterback in college. And I mean, I don't know if this means anything, but did you guys see my guy Oz the Mentalist? They came to the Georgia facility.
Don't get me started on that guy. I think that guy needs to be burned at the stake, legitimately. He is a wizard among people. Like he is not real.
Well, he might be a witch. And the reason that I mention him is because Kirby's ATM pin is 1414, which is his number in college. So he lives in the past. Like, I know that might not mean anything to you guys, but that just tells me, one, he's not getting rid of his friends. Two, his college career means a lot to him, and obviously he didn't have much success in the NFL at all. So he's not going to fire him. Even though Todd Monken is available now because he got canned by the Ravens, he's not coming back, bro. It is what it is.
It's adapt or die, I feel like, and I don't like that answer for you, for your sake.
And Bobo wasn't bad this year. This is probably the best year he's had since he's been back. And the quarterback, again, he did leave a lot on the table, but adapting on the fly isn't.
At some point, you have to be in on like this free agency that's going on right now because you all aren't.
Well, we've got a couple of signees. We've got Georgia Tech's wide receiver.
Like you all
it's an adapt thing, though. Not to cut you off, but I don't think it's like a matter of like an adapt thing for Georgia. I think that
offensively, I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's both sides. I think the defense could have been better. The offense could have been better. I think the defense, it comes to retooling and understanding what you need year to year. I think also we learned a couple things throughout the fray here, moving forward, like the quarterback. I'm all for a quarterback that you can develop homegrown, and that's cool and everything. But listen, man, that ain't the recipe anymore. That's no longer the recipe to winning a national championship. The recipe is building out the roster and going to get a quarterback in the transfer portal. The whole idea of homegrown quarterbacks, that's not a thing anymore, bro. Look at all the quarterbacks. Look at the 4 quarterbacks in the national semifinal right now. All 4 of them are from the transfer portal. That whole develop a quarterback or bring up a guy behind the other guy, which makes me scared. Why? Because Notre Dame went from transfer portal to a guy that is now the starter within the program. If you look at right now, all 4 quarterbacks in the national semifinal, all were transfers from other schools, and that's what we're dealing with now. So I think that it's just a matter of pivoting and understanding that if you are going to bring players in and develop them, that it's going to be a little different year to year, especially if you're going to stick with a quarterback for because it's a 1-year deal for all these other schools that are winning championships. So what does that tell you? It tells you that the roster is extremely well built out and the missing piece is the quarterback. What was the problem with IU last year, Sam?
Trenches.
Well, I wouldn't say, but the quarterback wasn't great.
It was trenches. The quarterback played with a partially torn ACL all year. I mean, I'm not.
I didn't know. You're right.
I'm not going to blame that guy.
That's fair. But again,
he wasn't as good as Fernando with the good ACL, though.
He's not as good as Mendoza.
No, he wasn't. But he also agree on that. But yes, I'll agree to that. But at the same time, like he had no chance to be great against Notre Dame and Ohio State. I mean, he's getting absolutely bludgeoned. They had no time to throw.
That's fair. I
think Georgia's I think Gunner could win a national championship. I don't think he's the main problem. I think you all need to get him some fucking weapons on the outside.
Yeah, I mean that's what
you all should be willing to throw $3 million at Cam Coleman right now. Whatever the number is, throw it at him.
He's already going to Texas.
Nah, hey, that was fake.
That was fake. I think he ends up at Texas, though. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Arch
Jake
won
said
me
Michigan.
over. Arch won me over. Arch was my
He's
number
going
one.
to Michigan. What are you talking about,
Yeah.
Sosa?
Listen, I'm just letting y'all know. Arch Manning has won me over. I'm not part of the Arch Manning hive. I'm a fan of the guy. I'm not gonna lie. We almost sold out here first half of the season, but I feel like we're back. We're better than ever. Entering next season, the generational tag is back. He's going to own the SEC. They're going to get him some help. You know, we're back. Arch Manning Hive. We are here. We're motherfucking here.
They've been like recruiting every 5-star running back and like wide receiver you can have for the last few years. Just because they can't develop anything doesn't mean like they have to get pre-developed.
I said it was the coach a while ago. I think the coach's offense is very simplistic and easy to game plan for. And once you get in the rhythm of it, like you can stop it if you have a decent and disciplined defense. I've said that for a while. But I do think Texas is going to be the real deal next year because the quarterback, I think, is going to be vastly improved. I didn't believe it this year because I thought that this is his first year starting. He's been on campus for a while. And now I don't think they're going to win the SEC. I think they'll maybe
they have to win the SEC if they're going to be the real deal.
I think they can still get in the playoff and make a move.
Okay, they have to make the SEC championship. They have to be back in Atlanta to be considered the real deal. Because
whom are we talking about?
Ole Miss the real deal.
Oh, I totally agree. Like, listen,
I'm not considering Ole Miss the real deal right now. Like their coach is gone, their entire offensive staff is gone. They got to reprove it.
You mean for next year? You mean for next year?
Yeah, no, okay, they're not the real deal.
Yeah. No, my only point with being the real deal is that like you can get far within the tournament, right? And you can be able to win a championship or compete for a championship without winning your conference now. I mean, we see every single team except for one
I don't think Kirby will ever go back to Atlanta.
You don't think he'll go back to Atlanta?
He may like intentionally try to lose games. His goal may be 10-2 for the rest of the time because he doesn't like the bye. I think he was pissed that they got in Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying, bro. We would have been out of Atlanta if the other teams would have handled their business. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think
he was not like the interviews and like clips that he had coming up, like leading up to that game. He did not want to be there. He seemed pissed that they had to play an extra game.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think he puts a lot of stock into the SEC championship, and winning 2 back-to-back is favorable. So I get not wanting to play the extra game. I think he's going to care a little bit more with the 9-game schedule coming up. So that's definitely going to be an issue that he's going to have to figure out, but we'll see. But Georgia lost, man. I can't say nothing other than that. To wrap this segment up, Georgia just straight up lost. So it is what it is.
Wrap the segment. We only talked about one of the games.
Yeah, no, this part of the segment.
Okay.
Because we got to get, you know what I'm saying, it's 6:30. We got to get the plays in. So we'll just recap real quick, people, but make sure to retweet so all of your friends can see. We got to go to Ohio State next, though. I asked the question, what can Miami do or what can Indiana do that Miami cannot do? That's what I asked. And the under hit on this game, like I said, but the trenches I felt like were the same. They were just as dominant offensively on the offensive line, and they were just as dominant on the defensive line. So I was kind of confused why everybody thought that, Ohio State was going to wash them. So, I mean, Sosa, you called me actually 2 weeks ago and said something about that. I don't know if you want to share that or we can leave that where it was, but what's your analysis on Ohio State and how they lost that game to Miami?
Julian Sand fucking sucks. We lied about him all fucking year. He sucks. He's not good. And, I hate being wrong on bets. I'm one of those people that beat myself up like, oh, when I'm not right. Or you're like, what really happened? Like, what? So I'm like thinking to myself, like, man, like I saw him play this year and I know they weren't like ultra aggressive. They didn't take a lot of crazy shots. I mean, even though we got 2 receivers who are top 10 picks, and I thought all season long, maybe they're just moving it along the way they did with Will Howard, right? Where it's like we build up as the season goes on, we get to the playoffs, we come out with this new offense that's like fast paced and going vertical. And you realize that Julian Sand fucking sucks. He can't read books without pictures. That's obvious as fuck. I mean, if you rewatch the tape of Julian, that's some of the worst tape you'll get from a young quarterback, especially given the talent that he has at receiver. There's no excuse whatsoever. If you watch the game, it's like simply just step up. It's like just step up. You don't have to do anything. And it's little shit like that, like shit that we used to get on Shador for last year, where it's like you're not trusting what's in front of you, so you just are backpedaling. You keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Like, what the fuck was he doing? Just missing wide open receivers, just on some unbelievable bullshit. I just didn't understand it. And then Miami just out resourced them. Trenches were better. Ohio State's defense played well, but if your offense can't sustain drives, put together a couple of drives, get you into the end zone. Ryan Day, what a fucking joke. The first half play calling was atrocious. And also, it's another thing when you get beat like one way, like the other team's defense plays good, or like the receivers go crazy. But Miami literally beat them in every facet because their punter made sure that Ohio State started 3 times inside their own 20, twice inside their own 10. These are things we don't really look at. You feel me? Like during the game, we don't really look at that. Like, hey man, like they really did a great job of making sure that they couldn't start drives because they were all the way back inside their 5. So Miami just dominated on every facet. They got a defensive touchdown. Their offense was better. Their quarterback was more efficient. Their quarterback didn't turn the ball over. They ran the ball better. I mean, it was a systematic bludgeoning. They got their asses whooped. Yeah, don't talk bad manners. That's the honest truth. That's what we got. They got their asses whooped. And then Sayan at the end, cherry on top, threw it to the other team. Bitch ass, bum ass quarterback. He is not good. I feel sorry for Ohio State because he's going to cost Ryan Day his job.
Sam, do you share the sentiment that Julian Sand stinks?
Yeah. I was kind of in the same boat as Sosa, like beating myself up but mine was more so from the fact that like I literally thought the entire week that Miami, like the only teams that Miami play or Ohio State play with a pulse on, like in the trenches, they couldn't move the ball defensive or offensively. And they couldn't score points, and like defense gave up yards, but like they kept it close. And I just didn't let recency bias get in my head. But like the whole week, I just thought Miami was the right side, and I ended up taking Ohio State. And it sucks. Hindsight's always going to be 20/20. But I mean, it physically dominated them. Miami can hold up in the trenches. Like, I don't know what the hell happened in the middle of the year, or like that 2-week stretch or 3-week stretch with the Louisville and SMU games. I don't know what the hell happened there. But yeah, Crystal Ball's got them playing well, and looking forward to watching them tonight.
Absolutely, 100%. Again, just super disappointing for Ohio State. They're going to obviously reload. If you've seen their recruiting class and what they're bringing in, both through the portal and through recruiting next year, it's going to be deep in there. So we'll see what happens. I mean, do we even have to touch on the other 2 games? There was a combined 3 points.
Fuck yeah, we do. Hell yeah, we do.
There was a combined 3 points between both losing teams.
Don't care. Yeah, we don't have to talk about one of them, but we're gonna talk about the other one.
Now we're gonna have a conversation about both, and I'll start it off with Oregon. First of all, I'll start off with the Indiana game. I'm totally cool with doing that. Okay, first and foremost, I have been extremely disrespectful to the Indiana football program. I got to give a big shout out to Mark Cuban. I loved him on Shark Tank. I used to be, I fuck with him getting a championship at Dallas. He's a guy. And he's addicted to winning. That's one thing that I've learned about Mark Cuban. Once he got a taste of winning, he was like, man, I gotta find a way to get a trophy. And I think that he understood that money can make a change and a huge difference in a football program, no matter where in America it is, as long as you have the right guys leading it. Because there are some programs right now with a lot of money invested in teams that look like lemons. You know what I'm saying? They done bought expired Teslas, all types of shit.
But an $18 million roster that went 7-5.
Yeah, my point exactly.
Yeah.
So leadership, ability to build a program. You just got to tip your hat. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm on like the backpedal chain when it comes to Signetti. It's like I'm always backpedaling, right, into like saying good things about him because he continuously just is the guy that continuously makes me look like a dickhead. I mean, they beat the brakes off of Bama. The game turned, obviously, when you run a play parallel to the line of scrimmage on 4th down near the 50. That's fucking dumb. That is absolutely stupid as fuck. When DeBoer did that and Indiana got the ball back and scored in 2 plays, I was like, yeah, bro, pack it up. It's over with. Ty Simpson, I mean, I understand why he declared for the draft. It's like being the best looking kid with, 10 ugly, with 10 ugly, ugly ones next to you. You just like you stick out a little bit. It's like being the like the medium ugly one where everybody's like butt ass ugly. I don't know how that feels, but I imagine it would really be like standing out in the crowd.
Well, next year's class is loaded now.
Yeah, what next year's class is
next year's class is loaded. He had to go this year.
But you know what that means? Next year's class is loaded, so half them niggas is gonna be busts. Like that, right? Because there's no way they all can be good. There's no fucking way, right? Because it's like, oh, there's 8 quarterbacks available. Well, like, how many teams actually need quarterbacks? You're gonna be like,
well, they said this year's class was loaded. They had like Arch and Nuss and Stellers at the top of the draft, and all those guys suck.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, if there are really like 10, when they say shit like there should be 7, 8 guys that could be taken in the first round, first of all, that's impossible because there aren't 7 starting jobs available in the NFL. And yeah, like how do you project a quarterback or like judge them if they're all first round talents? How do you pick straws on which guy's the best guy if all these prospects are so closely analyzed? That's the problem I'm seeing. We're going to see a couple guys come back for their senior season for sure.
Right.
I mean, next year's class sounds crazy and I promise you that's what will happen because that's another thing. It used to be, let's go get the young guy. That's basketball. Football, that's not the case no more. Guys like Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix, they have changed the way this shit goes. But Joe Burrow started it. Let's keep it G. Joe Burrow started it, right? Drafting a 23, 24-year-old coming out of college. You know what I mean? And that's what you're getting now. It ain't about let me get the youngest 20-year-old or that's out of the question now. It's you played 5 years in college and you can run a little bit, you can play in the league.
Yeah. That's kind of how it is these days. Yeah. So I think
I don't want to move on. I didn't get to talk about the game. That game was fucking fantastic. That game was phenomenal. It was everything. Like I wish LSU could do that to Alabama just once. And I had to wait for Indiana to just absolutely embarrass them on national television. Like Sosa's been giving me shit. He's been calling me shameless in the text about my Indiana fandom. And
you are shameless.
No, I'm not shameless. I mean, like, I'm a fan of Indiana, but you will never hear I'll put it at this level. I will say we whenever I'm talking about LSU. I will never say we when I'm talking about Indiana. That is not like I'm not going to put them at like 1B. They're clearly a number 2 for me. I am happy for the people in my life that have suffered for a long time as Indiana fans. Most importantly, my mom. I mean, I watched her cry at the Big Ten championship game, like weep about in tears of joy watching that. And then like she texted me during the game whenever they're absolutely kicking the shit out of Alabama. And she was like, do you remember when you were 10 years old and you asked me why I was an Indiana fan because they lose all the time? She's like, this is fun. This is why you're a fan. I mean, she's suffered through it. She's a tried and true fan. So yeah, I'm happy for those kind of people in my life. And I mean, I am from Indiana, born and raised. Chuck, shut the fuck up. You said that luck was going to run out last week, so you can keep watching from the sidelines, buddy.
When he says shit like that, you know what you say to him? He don't even have a basketball team. He'd just be picking and choosing. Don't worry about that.
He just anti-Braun. I mean, that's all he is.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Why would you
that's his whole agenda. So I mean,
your energy is put into hating LeBron. Like,
I'm trying to get that narrative changed on my boy, man. He's a good dude.
Are you kidding me?
Narrative changed.
Again, I just
no. This is you know what Chuck is? Chuck is the kind of guy that right before the Super Bowl run by the Chiefs, he tweets out like, I'm not a Chiefs fan anymore, tags the team. puts it out on Twitter. Then once they start winning Super Bowls, he goes back and deletes those tweets. But screenshots are forever, and we can pull those up if we want to.
We got those Homer Simpson moments for you switching hats too, buddy.
Yeah, Chuck. I mean, we got it. I mean,
Chuck, you
nice hat you got there.
I'm pulling up.
Nice hat.
It is. You know, I'm going to support the team.
It's a nice hat.
Why would I come on here wearing LSU stuff? Like if Indiana wasn't playing, I'd be wearing LSU stuff.
I'm not going to ever.
Indiana's playing.
I'm not going to ever stop talking shit. But what I will say is this:
you're just mad that you're not the best team in the state anymore.
The FaceTime call during the game was well worth it. That was an amazing. That was one of that was fun. You could tell like you were having a great time. Like that was like the 20th hour of fun. You could tell. You could tell.
It started the night before. It went all the way up to game time. My dad got a double Crown and Coke or Crown and Sprite before we walked into the stadium, and he made me chug it because they were making us get rid of the drink. So that is what contributed to that FaceTime call. That one really got me.
You were having a blast. And it's also great to like see it on your phone like 15 seconds before it happens on your TV. That was also very cool. That was one of the moments like I haven't done that in such a long time. You don't realize how far ahead like you actually are. You know what I mean? It's like
you got the real live reaction. Like you weren't doing it with all of us other jokers out here streaming. I know you're not part of the stream crowd for watching the games, but I mean if I was hitting up somebody with YouTube TV, they're probably seeing it an hour or a minute 30 before that shit goes through.
So that was fun. But yeah, man, you know, shout out to Signetti. He continues to do it. Time to line up and bet against him again. But let's you know I'm going to. I'm swear to God.
I love it. Keep doing it.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like
keep doing it.
Why stop now? All right.
It's gotta hit. It's got to. Like
look,
there's literally a possibility where it never does.
I know it's kind of crazy. I'll be able to be like, well, Notre Dame beat the niggas last year. Fuck it.
That's disgusting. All right. The last question I'll ask before we get into the slate, and for all you gambling addicts, we are going to get into the slate. Don't worry. We'll have plenty of time before it's time to put in your bets and you get locked out of FanDuel, whoever, whatever. People are calling for Kalen DeBoer's job. Obviously, I told a lot of Alabama fans their expectations are very unrealistic. I told them that I have an Alabama fan. Shout out to Vinny. I love him to death, but he is very spoiled and unrealistic in terms of his expectations that he should have. He's saying that, you know, the expectation is that we should not get blown out in the ball game. I told him, hey, all of your offensive weapons are hurt. Your quarterback's hurt. Your running back is hurt. Your best tight end is hurt. Your wide receiver one, who is, you know, supposed to be better than Jeremiah Smith, he's been dealing with something all year. All right. Now, defensively, I think they've been solid. He's been dealing with drops. But defensively, I think they've been solid. I think that the secondary has been great. But on offense, like, they couldn't run the ball this year. So they're going to have to answer some questions on the offensive line. But you got Ty Simpson from being a nobody. I mean, look how we were talking about Ty at the beginning of the year. I picked Florida State to cover the 14.5 at the beginning of the year because I'm like, this dude couldn't beat Tyler Buckner out. Like, why do you think he's about to be this elite quarterback? And now he's about to go top 10 in the draft in 4 months. So I think that Kalen DeBoer is doing a good job.
Yo, is that Tyler Buckner mentioned a shot at me?
No, it's not a shot at you. I'm just telling you that Ty Simpson was not a hot commodity back in August, at the end of August last year. And now he's about to go top 10 in the draft.
Just remember the quarterback that was your starter.
So I'm just saying, bro, like, you know, I don't think that Ty Simpson
stupid.
I think that everything that DeBoer has done this year, although it was disappointing, it wasn't at the precipice. They did not win a championship, but y'all Alabama fans were going to say that shit anyway, unless he won. So it is what it is. All I want y'all to answer is if he should have lost his job or not.
Who? DeBoer? No. No, I hope they keep him for a long time.
Objectively, Sam.
I hope they keep him for a long time.
So here, my question to y'all is, and we can move on to the bets as soon as we can answer this one. What is the standard? Okay, listen. The goal now is to be top 12.
No, dude. Their standards don't match up with what a realistic person. Yes, like they have unrealistic standards. You have a logical way of thinking about this. Correct. His standard should be to make the playoff every single season. Their standard is legitimately they think they're going to win a national championship every single year, and they're just not going to. Like,
and if they lose, the game should be close. That's the other thing. Even if the other team is more talented and healthy than them.
All right, I get it, but that's all I'm saying is that, like, when was the last time Saban won a championship?
2020.
Okay, so he didn't win one. His last 2 years on the job, nothing.
Mm-hmm. Well, 21, 22, and 23.
You win 6 championships, you build up that.
But I'm just saying, like, kind of. I know, I understand that, but I'm talking about kind of like how the results were kind of getting to a point before he left. You dig what I'm saying? No,
they never lost that bad.
Yeah, but they were in the play. It was in a playoff game. Like, it was
no. They got their ass whooped in Atlanta, and then they went and got absolutely embarrassed in the Rose Bowl. They kicked a sad field goal. Alabama kicked a sad field goal to avoid a shutout. That is where they are now.
I'd have done the same thing. You're talking to the wrong guy.
That was a bitch field goal. You know it.
I'd have done the same shit. I'm going to get something. I'm leaving here with something.
If it Texas Tech me, hell no. Absolutely not. But yeah, bro, like I'm just telling y'all right now. Like
Ruby showed up. Who you on tonight? Ole Miss? That's who you rocking with, baby. Huh?
So,
come on.
Bad Ruby. Bad.
Come on. Well, come on.
Yes.
Who you rocking with?
Like, I understand, but again, they're playing more games than they did before. Like, they're playing more games, so there's the opportunity to lose more games. Like, that's just what it is. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I get it. These 2 seasons were disappointing, but at the end or they weren't up to the standard of Alabama football. I get that. But that should be the expectation when you lose the best coach ever. You're not going to outcoach a team that has more talent than you anymore. That's not going to happen. It's what it is. So understand that that's your reality now and move accordingly. That's it. It is what it is. Anything else on Alabama? Or, I mean, we don't even have to mention Texas Tech. I told you.
That's definitely makers, yeah. You know, you're on a different twist tonight.
Buffalo
makers.
Hey, man, his Tesla is pretty nice, Mike.
Buffalo Trace tonight.
You can change the lock sound on your Tesla. I heard a whack, like when somebody was locking their car. I was scared as shit. I was like, what the fuck was that? Anyway, all right, let's get to the game tonight. Obviously, we have about less than 50 minutes away, and the kick is at 6:40 Central, by the way. So y'all can chill out and relax. All right, Miami, they're coming into this game as a 3-point favorite versus Ole Miss. The over/under is 53 points. I will start on this one, gentlemen. I like Miami's team total over 27.5. It is a little juiced at -122, but if you want to drink the juice, it's going to be the White Cran Peach from Ocean Spray. Great juice. I think Miami gets whatever the hell they want offensively tonight. Ole Miss is going to see a real NFL offensive line. Like, most of those dudes are going to play in the league, whether they start or not. Francis is going to be one of the top left tackles taken off of the board. That's undeniable. The right tackle is going to be in the NFL as well. So Mark Fletcher, I like his rushing yards. A lot of people took him for 100. I say I watered it down for a parlay to 89.5 personally. And to be honest with you, and this is going to get some ridicule from my co-hosts, I think Carson Beck's going to have a good game tonight.
All right, guys, empty your fucking bank accounts on Ole Miss.
Oh my God.
Every time he does this bullshit, he knows what he's doing. Every time he does this bullshit, the other team wins. All right, now I have to go hedge out. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, yo.
Yeah, Mike, and I agree with you. But our center was hurt, so that plays a big factor into it. But Miami, again, all of them dudes are playing in the NFL, bro. Like, Ole Miss don't have a pass
I'll
rusher.
I'll I'll back you up on that stat. Like I think in college football, if the backup center is playing in a game, the other team covers 81% of the time.
Damn.
81% of the time. So yeah, I will back that up.
Sheesh.
Every single time, bro. Every
Yeah.
time you do this, like, no, just stick to saying he
serious.
sucks, bro.
I'm gonna back Roddy up. I was kind of gonna stay off one of the sides in this game, but I saw Booker with Trent put out a 20 unit Mortal Mega Max thing on Ole Miss before the game. So definitely gonna be on Miami tonight. I do like Mark Fletcher's rushing yards, 100 plus. I did take the 100 plus, but I did also do what you did, and I took it 80 plus in a parlay. So it was basically even yards. I think Miami doesn't really split the carries as much as Georgia would like to, and I think even though they didn't have the greatest second half, Frazier was averaging almost 6 yards a pop. I think Mark Fletcher will be able to do that more. I think Miami's going to dominate the offensive line and defensive line. They're going to dominate the trenches. They were just showing highlights on the pregame show, College Game Day, and I think one of the highlights that they showed for Ole Miss's defensive line when talking about being a stonewall was against, I don't know what purple team they played. It may have been Eastern Carolina, or it may have been Georgia State. I don't know if they played them this year. I couldn't really tell who it was, and that's pretty problematic. That's what they have to pull up.
Oh no, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, keep going, Sam. I'm sorry. I'll find it.
Yeah, no, I think Miami's going to outclass them in the trenches. I think the offense will be able to score points. I lean the over. I'm not going to give either side because I think it could be a blowout. But unfortunately, I do have my money on Carson Beck tonight. He's been very good. They were just also showing the stats, like his last 6 games, he's 13 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's not turning the ball over. He's not really put it. I haven't seen over the last few games too many turnover-worthy throws that he's had. So if he keeps if he keeps making decisions like he has been, and Miami does dominate the trenches like I think they're going to, it should be a successful hate watch. I would love to have my offensive staff finally at home in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I bet you would, buddy. I wish they would have fucking stayed an hour away when they fucking were in Louisiana already. Fuck those guys. Anyway, so how you feeling about this game today?
The you. It's all about the you. Yeah, that's we already know what it is, bro. That's what's going down. I got them.
Don't
listen. I will never give Cristobal his respect. I don't think anybody will give his respect. I think he don't give a fuck about anybody giving him his respect. He knows that. He knows what it is. You know what I mean? You just got to go out there and earn it. He's built a football team. We should have knew that the guy that comes from the offensive line will be able to build out the trenches, right? We should have known. I'm going to say it again. We should have known that the guy who comes from the trenches would learn to build out an offensive and defensive line. Listen, he's earned my respect this year as a head coach. I'd like to believe that he is who we believe he is, a good football coach, a guy who has had bad moments in the past. He's had some moments that have made him look like a complete dickhead. Hopefully it doesn't come
horrible moments.
It has. He's had some
horrible moments.
Had some very, very low lows as a head coach, particularly in Miami in the last couple of years. But again, like I said, I think that they have they've perfected the method, which is go get you a quarterback out of the transfer portal, stack the trenches, get the quarterback some playmakers, and line it the fuck up. I think that's my biggest takeaway with Miami. They built it the right way. They put themselves in the correct situation. I like Miami to win again tonight. What they did against Ohio State was extremely impressive. Why? Because, listen, they're not going to see that type of defense every other time. And listen, Ohio State's defense played very well. Even in the games they lost. In the games they lost, their offense was Completely fucked. Why? Because the quarterback can't play under center. That was the problem that happened with Julian Sand. Julian Sand has to go back to the lab and learn how to play the quarterback position from under center. Kurt Cignetti absolutely fooled him and had him look like a complete dickhead. That's why they lost the next game, because if you have an elite quarterback, even especially with those playmakers, there's no reason for you to be able to game plan how to beat a team with two receivers that are going to go in the top 10 of the draft. Respectfully, Miami and Indiana did that shit back to back. Unacceptable.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Miami runs away with it. I like Ole Miss. I love Trinidad Chambliss. I'm happy he made a bag. I think he's great. A couple people made a very good point to me. Ole Miss has not had to really scheme the last two games. They played two teams that they played already in the regular season. They had a book. They knew the looks they were going to get. They knew the plays they were going to see. They've done that the last 2 weeks. This week, they get a team that matches them in the trenches that might just be better on both sides of the ball in the trenches. Unless Trinidad Chambliss got a lot of magic left in that magic wand, I would like to believe that the Cinderella slipper breaks into a million pieces tonight. We're going to be at a Jewish wedding.
Hey, hi.
I think it's Mazel Tov.
Oh, Mazel Tov. That is when they break the plate.
Fill up my cup.
There we go. Drink. Now, my favorite play is going to be on one Kewan Lacey, his receiving yards. I'm looking, he's averaging about 2 targets a game. So just, look at this. Of course, Pitt's running back. Oof. I love our people. So what's that boy name right there? What's his name? Jakirian? Is that his name? Jakirian Turner? Anyway, him and Jaden Ball, who are not very, known as receiving backs, are the only two that have not hit this line. I think, as we talked about earlier on in the show, the whole run into Opelousas to Tupelo and then back to New Orleans play, he found Kewan in a lot of key situations down the stretch in that game last week. So I do think Miami, they're like 89th in terms of receiving yards that they give up to running backs. I do think he gets over the 12.5 today. So give me Kewan Lacey's receiving yards. Now, Sam, I love the over. The only thing is we do have a history of this field being terrible. Even though they grow the grass, weren't they like one of the first places that was an indoor stadium, but they grew the grass outside and they roll it in and all that bullshit?
This was the Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yes, exactly, where there was a lot of slipping. So I don't know if that's the expectation. Obviously, that was 3 years ago now, so maybe they got that right. But I could see a lot of missed tackles in this game, which makes me believe that maybe the points that are going to be scored might come in bunches in a given section of the game. But yeah, I think Miami covers the 3 personally. I'm not betting it. I'm just betting props and totals and sides and things of that nature, or no sides. But yeah, that would be it for me. So anybody got anything else on this game? All right. Well, since it's only 3 of us, I'll run down again. Of course, the game's about to start. Kewan Lacey, over 12.5 receiving yards. I think you can get it. Let me see where you can get it. You can get it on MGM. 10.5 is -115. You can get it on the Blue Book, 14.5. I don't love that number, but it's at +108. So still like it. Yeah, and I don't know what these other books are. So proceed with caution. I like Kewan Lacey. I like Carson Beck's passing yards. I also like Malachi Toney's receiving yards. I like Mark Fletcher's rushing yards. I like Miami's team total. Again, it's all offense for Miami. I think they're going to do whatever the hell they want.
We're both hate watching. Just admit it.
Right, exactly. All right. We'll go to the next game here. That is going to be tomorrow here in Atlanta. First of all, have y'all seen the ticket prices for this game tonight?
The Fiesta Bowl?
Bad.
Yeah. It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, bro, and this is the thing that we should have anticipated. First of all, these are going to be teams that it's been what 25 years for the Hurricanes. The Rebels have never been good ever, really, if we're being honest. Indiana's never been good ever. Oregon's probably the most reputable team right now in the last decade of the four remaining.
Wait,
I'm
what are you
saying,
saying?
as far as how good they've been the last decade.
Or prestige in general, like the fact that
no.
Tickets are bad tonight.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying, but the tickets are bad for both the games. They're not cheap for either.
No, cheap tonight.
No, they're cheap as hell tonight. I don't know.
You can get in at $44 right now.
Hold on, let me see. I'll look up some of the ticket prices, but
lower level 120. What's
the Indiana game?
It's the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Those tickets are always expensive because Arthur Blank is a man about his money.
Yeah, the Mercedes, the Maybach.
Yeah,
cheapest ticket in the Indiana game I'm seeing is $173.
That's not bad.
Hold on, let me see. This was a while ago, but
standing room is $166 actually.
And this is terrible podcasting, so I apologize.
Shout out my parents; they'll be there.
There's a ticket that's $507, but that's the club seats. But you can get in for $72, $73. I'm not complaining about this. Make this shit affordable again, man. Like, allow the fans.
Dude, that it pisses me off because whenever the national championship was in Indy, I was watching those tickets like a hawk, just because I've never been to a national championship like in person before. Regardless of the teams that were there, I thought it was going to be a good game, especially whenever it was Georgia Bama. Like I waited until like an hour before kickoff, looking at the tickets, and it never got below like $350. And at the time, I was just like, "There's no way I'm shelling out that money for a team that I just don't care about."
Yeah.
If it was 70, I would have been there.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But yeah, it was just kind of weird to me. I think obviously Oregon and Indiana should be at the Fiesta Bowl, and the two teams that are way closer to their home stadiums should be in the Peach Bowl in Georgia. But that's just me. Anyway.
That would be a disadvantage to Indiana. What the fuck?
I mean, it would, but I think they're gonna.
Yeah, the number one seed should get you an advantage.
I think they're gonna get smoked anyway. In terms of fandom, like even if they would have went to Arizona, I think there would have been way more Indiana fans.
They will not be smoked.
Oregon fans kind of like fair weather, bro. Like even though their team is going to be.
Wait. Are you saying Indiana is going to smoke Oregon fans?
Yeah, I think there would be way more Indiana fans. Like I saw the Rose Bowl disparity, and I was like, oh yeah, these dudes travel. Like these dudes, I use a good school. Oregon fans
never had this. They're going all out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think
like my parents are going to the Peach Bowl. They're shelling out money left and right to go to these games.
That's what I'm saying. Look, I'm telling you.
Oh, I didn't know y'all. Okay. All right.
Yeah, man, we'll have a great time, man. They can see the baby.
All right. I thought the Sandy Springs. I thought the dude from Sandy Springs was having it. Look at this guy.
I'll let him know.
Look at this guy.
It's a parents thing. It's not me.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right.
Did they say like you could come and they would have paid or no?
No, that was only because we gave them free lodging for the Big Ten championship.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's Atlanta hotel boy. I'm telling you, I hadn't paid for one before. All right. Ducks and Hoosiers. Technically, it's a neutral site game, but Indiana is, like Sam said, the number one seed overall. A rematch, obviously, from I think this was week 6, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember.
7, I think.
7. It was one of them.
Whatever it was.
I have a stat for you, Sam, as an Indiana fan. You know y'all haven't run more than 70 plays in a game since the Penn State game?
Have they needed to?
They haven't needed to.
Beat the shit out of everybody. You really don't need to run that many plays.
But I think that will show us that, look, if Oregon wins the toss, if y'all are real degenerates, if you have a play on if Oregon wins the toss, they'll receive, I will put some money on it. I ain't going to lie. I think Oregon's going to try to come out fast because I think we've seen Indiana play from behind only a handful of times this year. And obviously, the Penn State game was close, but I think Oregon can sit on the ball if that happens. To be honest with y'all, I don't have a lot of plays for this game because I've been back and forth on who the hell is going to win, and I have no idea. I think Indiana's going to win and cover. I think Oregon can cover. I think Fernando's going to have a good game. I think Dante's going to have a good game. I have nothing on this game so far. So I'll start with you, Sam. How are you feeling about this one? Oh, no. Okay. All right. So go ahead. Go ahead. Fair enough.
I think that either the Ducks or the Hoosiers are going to win the game.
Stay consistent now. You said you're still going to stay hating. Stay consistent.
Fuck that. We're back again. Another week, another hate watch. We're rocking with the fucking Oregon Ducks. Fuck Indiana. I'm up against them. They earn my respect every week just for me to pray on their downfall the very next week. I am praying to the gods. We're going with Dante Moore to beat the shit out of these dudes. If it doesn't happen, I'm not even going to watch the national championship. I swear to God, I'm going to just hang it up. It's my last chance, y'all. Please, God. Please. I love you, Sam. But and your mom's a very nice lady. But
respectfully, fuck her.
Respectfully, your mom's a very nice lady. But
fuck all that.
Right? Fuck all that. Oregon 29 to less than 29. I don't fucking know. I just don't want these niggas to win, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not recommending no bets to nobody for this one. Let's just all pray as a family and hope that Signetti don't, like, it's so hard to cheer for Signetti, man. I feel like I find myself, it's like cheering for Fidel Castro. You know what I'm saying? It's like this emotionless fucking android. Like, I don't know, man. I'm over it. That's where I'm at.
This is nice.
I'll ask you one question before I go into the game. If the jerseys were flipped, what's the spread?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
If Oregon was this good of a team against Indiana, what would be the spread?
What does that mean?
You know exactly what it means. There's a there is an underlying like disrespect just because the name is still Indiana. That is this good.
It'd be 10, bro. It'd be
exactly. It would be 10 points.
Listen to me. You listen to me and listen to me well. You listen to me and listen to me well. You can't be fucking 14-0 on an underdog, okay? I'm not buying it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
it kind of feels like it.
No, what I'm saying is if the team that was like 14-0 and had beaten the shit out of Alabama the week before and had beaten Ohio State, who was the reigning national champions, and they come out and it's the same spread. Like one team had already beaten another. What's the spread? It would be over 7.
It'd be like 8. It'd be like 9.5.
Yes, correct.
Like
so I saw the same.
You're right.
I saw the same thought process. This is the only right thing Joel Klatt has ever said was if you flip Alabama and Indiana, the spread in the Rose Bowl would have been 14 points. And it's not wrong because like I was literally sitting there during the Rose Bowl thinking like never in my life would I have ever said or like even thought had a crazy enough thought to think like Indiana sitting here absolutely fucking beating the hell out of Alabama. And you know what? I don't care about the fact that it's a rematch because Indiana, like the score of the first game is not reflective of how dominant Indiana was whenever they went to Autzen. Like going to Autzen and beating a top 5 team on the road for a program like Indiana that's literally never done that is impressive as hell. Like they won by 10 and they should have won by 17. Like they gave up a pick 6 in the third quarter, early fourth quarter, and they bounced back and they end up winning by 10. Dante, like Oregon's offense last game did not give me any hopes.
LSU got time on their hands. Not to cut you off.
We do absolutely. You're getting me off on a tangent, and I don't want to do that. I'm on Indiana right now. So I mean, Oregon, they didn't rush for 100 yards in the first game. Indiana dominated the stat sheet, 6 sacks to 1. I think Oregon's all I think Indiana just outclasses them. They are by far the best team in the country this year. It's not even close, and it's just like they're not getting the respect they deserve because the name on the jersey is Indiana.
Yeah,
and they're going to cover. They're going to cover 3.5, and I'm taking Oregon team total under 21.5 because Oregon scored 20 points in the first game with a pick 6. I think Mendoza last game looked about as crisp as he has all season, especially against a top tier opponent that they played. And I think they come out and they outclass Oregon. I don't care. They're the only bye team that's won. I don't care that it's a rematch. In most circumstances, they're going to come out. The team that lost the first game is going to come out feeling like they have nothing to lose. And I just think Sig is the best coach in America right now. I mean, it's hard to argue. So, I think they come out, they're ready to go in this game.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I agree with you.
Listen, hold on real quick. Sig is going to make me become a black Israelite.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Are you
I'm
going to
telling
talk?
you.
Oh, my God. You're disgusting. You're absolutely disgusting.
I'm telling you. It's going to drive me to faith.
Oh, my God. You're insane. All right. Mike says, keep in mind, Georgia and Ole Miss played early in the season, so have these two is all I'm going to say. All right. I get that. I understand. Oregon's in a position.
Indiana has the better coach.
My only concern with Oregon is they look like crap last week, bro. Like, I know they
look terrible. Terrible.
They look bad. Like, they did not look good. Like,
I promise you, the niggas on the other side were trying to win the game too, y'all.
I mean,
their offense sucked.
I promise you, they were trying to win too.
If you even remotely think Texas Tech and Indiana's offenses are even remotely similar, I want what you're smoking, please.
I'm not gonna say that because that'd be very stupid. I'm not stupid. I'm just saying though.
Look, you know ball enough to know that.
Yeah, of course. I'm not.
Yeah, I know you're a hater, but you're not gonna be outlandish right now.
No, I'm not radio.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Lowe is here. Lowe is in the building. I think he's setting up. I think he's getting the helmet on. I think they got Lowe in the transfer portal. Lane picked up Lowe.
Lowe is just ready for. Lowe's like watching LSU basketball games, thinking Levitt's gonna just make the announcement like live on the game.
No, dude.
We don't want Levitt. We want Damon Williams. Give us Damon, dog. We want Damon. Okay? It's the closest thing to JD5, buddy. We want Damon. Okay?
And what does that mean?
His athleticism is his closest thing to JD5. He's. Have you seen you have seen Damon Williams, right? Play?
Hey man, it kind of feels like when they told me Jaden Ivey was just like John Morant because they're both black and had dreads.
Oh my God! No, it has nothing to do with race. It has to do with his athleticism. What?
I agree. Hair. White people have dreads.
Oh my God!
We don't trust them.
Oh my God!
You see what I'm saying? Y'all made it about race. I didn't even make it about race.
Yeah, we don't trust them. If you have, don't do that. Sam, if you get dreads, I'm disowning you. I'm just telling you that right now. Just in the future. Even if you move to an island, you and your wife, and you have the baby, and, you're doing the whole,
shut up with that, dude. Like, it's not public knowledge. Now you're making it public knowledge.
My fucking, okay. All right. I owe you whiskey. Anyway, we'll keep it going. So, again, the Ducks, I just don't. I don't know. I can't stand the fact that, look, the hypothetical one. Anyway, the Ducks, I don't know if they can win this game. I just don't. I really don't. Like, I think they can. The whole playing the two team twice and not being able to beat them twice, or the bullshit that everybody says, even though I've seen plenty of teams get beat by the same team twice in a row. I don't give a fuck about that. I think the number one thing that I'm concerned with is Oregon being able to run the ball. If they can't run the ball, then what can we do? Like, Dante's going to have the game in his hands, and I don't know. Is Evan Stewart playing in this game?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Evan Stewart is playing at all this season.
I mean, he's been practicing, so
they keep saying that.
I don't know. Lo, you haven't given your take on this game though. How you feel about this one, man?
This is the Oregon Ducks versus Indy.
Evan Stewart is out.
Yes. Okay, Stewart is out. Okay, got you.
Bro, until proven otherwise, I gotta run with Indiana. Like until I mean they look so good, man. Like I get it. You know, if you want to look in the season and you see some games that was questionable, I think every team has questionable games throughout the season. But yo, it's Signetti, dog. You know what I'm saying? The Signetti power, dog. I don't know this guy. You know, he said that he's won everywhere he's went, and it's whole true. So, I think that if not now, then when for Indiana, right? Because I think that this team is put together very, very nicely, and I think that the head coach brings winning mentality, brings winning football. He knows how to make his players make plays. He knows how to keep his players calm in the biggest of stages, and they've had a couple of those already this season. So, you know, with Oregon, I'm not really sold on Oregon. I know, Sosa has spoken about Oregon, a couple of times this season. But at the same time, Sosa has said this before too. Oregon gets to these spots like this and they don't, close the deal, bro. That's what they just don't know how to. They get to third base, they don't know how to get to home plate. So, it'll be interesting to see, what kind of adjustments Oregon is going to make from the first time that they matched up versus Indy. But I still think Indy just has too much firepower and they're well coached. So I like Indy to get job done.
I'm just going to say it now. Indy is a city. Indiana is the school.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Well, Indiana. I'm sorry. Indiana. The Hoosiers. Hoosiers is what I'm trying to say. There you go. Hoosiers. Isn't that how that shit goes?
You're trying to be respectful. I'm just trying to make it as respectful as possible.
Yeah. My bad. But yeah, Indiana, IU.
Okay, all right. Anything on this game that's coming up, Lo? We have about 18 minutes again. Kickoff is at 7:40, so we got some time. Anything on Ole Miss and Miami?
Yeah, and the reason I was late because I was doing I was talking in my VIP and basically giving them a breakdown of the game, how I think it's gonna go, how I foresee it to go, and I also gave out the play that I like in this one. I like Hottie Toddy, dog. I think Ole Miss gets job done. If there's a big if.
Coaches do.
There's a big if here though, right? So what I think needs to happen is that I think Ole Miss needs to do no huddle. I think Ole Miss needs to continuously get back on the football and gas out the defense for Miami. I think that's their only hope of winning this game. You have got to gas out that defense from Miami. If you don't gas out that defense, you huddle. You take, you allow Miami to catch wind. You allow Miami to make substitutions. I think it's going to be a long night for Ole Miss. So for me, I think that they need to just run hurry up offense the whole entire game, and then kind of punch Miami in the mouth early and often, and that way they can kind of slow it down a little bit at that point. Here's the thing too. I think if Miami goes away from their running game, which I think that Miami is going to lean heavy on the run attack tonight. If they have to go away from the run game and have to rely on Carson Beck to throw or to put the game in Carson Beck's hands, I don't think it turns out great for Miami. All right. So the game plan should be for Miami to want to control possession, keep Chamberlain on the sideline as much as he can, keep that offense on the sideline as much as they can, especially if they're going to be running a no huddle or tempo. Keep them on the sideline as long as possible, control time of possession, running the football, and things like that, and keep Carson Beck from having to throw the football or putting the game on Carson Beck's back, if you will. But I like Ole Miss plus the 3.5. I think it's going to be a close game when it's all said and done. And the play that I love the most in this one, that I love the absolute most in this one, is I like Kawan Lacey over 12.5 receiving yards. All right, because they have got to get him involved in the game. You got to think of it like this, right? Miami is going to sell out to something. And what they're going to sell out to is stopping Kawhi Lacey from running the football. So you're going to realize very, very quickly you're not going to be able to run the football against Miami because they're going to sell out to it. So Ole Miss has to still get this playmaker involved. How do you get him involved? You got to get him out in space. All right, you get him out in space, a one-on-one with a linebacker, he's going to shake that linebacker out of his fucking cleats. All right, and he's going to go down the field. Also, I believe that they're going to get him involved in a lot of screens. I think that with Miami pass rush, they're going to be getting up the field trying to sack Chamberlain. That gives an opportunity for maybe some quick dump balls to Lacey. Also, I think it makes it for if he's scrambling, he can find Lacey for a pass to kind of turn up the field, or he could do one of those quick pitches to him when the pass rush is coming up, do a quick pitch out to him, and then Lacey kind of take off. So I absolutely love Lacey tonight, over 12.5 receiving yards. I think he crushes this. I think it's a ladder spot. I think because I was looking at Lacey for 20 plus receiving yards, and we're not even getting that much good value on it. It's like 20 plus receiving yards is like plus 180, plus 200. It should be way higher than that, which kind of gives me an indicator that he's going to definitely, the books are scared that he has a potential of getting there. So absolutely love Kawhi Lacey tonight, over 12.5 receiving yards. That's all I got.
I'm glad you said this because I'm on that too. I told people that was my best bet as well. If we could see on the screen here, ladies and gentlemen, Miami is damn good at giving up rushing touchdowns in the red zone. They're good at giving up receiving touchdowns to running backs and as well as rushing yards. They're a top 10 rushing defense in the country, but they're 89th in terms of receiving yards. And like Lo said, those linebackers, not the greatest. I don't love them. But yeah, anything else for this game that's coming up? We're going to get out the way so you guys can go ahead. We got 3 minutes until game time officially. Anything else, from you guys on this game or Indiana and Oregon?
Congratulations too, Sam. I just found out, I guess you guys are having the
Hey, chill, bro. Chill.
Congratulations.
All right, pay for play. We love everybody.
Chill.
I'm gonna go literally rip my eyeballs out. Watch the game. Follow Lo. He's not on Twitter for much longer, so please follow him. Retweet his plays. Follow at Sosa Picks. Follow at Dumb Brain Picks. I'll follow at Pay for Play. Follow at Roddy404. Like the video. Comment. Subscribe. Do everything except Sam. Take that fucking tree down, man. It's January 8th.
Yeah, man. What the fuck's going on?
Whoa. Relax. It's the basement. We need a little bit of extra light down here sometimes. So
buy a lamp.
it's this weekend. Relax.
And if y'all lose somebody in transport, it's because you got that damn tree up. All right, man. We'll see y'all later. Enjoy the game. Reed's having to watch a long space. Enjoy it. Again, I'm going to go.
Shalom. Shalom.